And so what this is asking us to do is to multiply everything in the first bracket by everything in the second bracket. We use the FOIL method. So FOIL, the F stands for first, O for outside, the I for inside, and then the L for last. So to begin with, we do the first, and that is this letter here. Going to multiply this term in this bracket by the first in this bracket. So that's number 1. That's your first. So x times x, that gives you x squared. Next, we do the outsides. So that's this one multiplied by this one here, that positive 3. And make sure you do focus on the sign. Whilst it's not tricky in this one because we've only got positive signs, when we have a negative, it can be a little trickier. And that's number 2, and that's our outside. And x times positive 3 gives us positive 3x. Next, we're going to do the insides, and that's this term here multiplied by this one here. We have positive 4 multiplied by x. That's our inside, and that gives us plus 4x. Then lastly, we do the last, and that is this last one multiplied by this last one here. And that's a positive 4 multiplied by a positive 3, which gives us positive 12. And now we need to simplify. And by simplifying, I mean we're going to collect terms which are like each other. The terms that we have in this, the first is known as a squared term. The 2 middle ones are letter terms. And then the last one is a number term. And when we're adding or subtracting algebra terms, we can only add and subtract terms that are like each other. So a squared term cannot be combined with the letter term, and the number the same. You can't combine that with any of these terms. So the only terms which are like each other that can be collected, they can be simplified, is this positive 3x and that positive 4x there. So you would rewrite this expression as x squared plus 3x plus 4x gives us 7x plus the 12. Let's practice a couple more. I've brought the process over, so let's start with the first. Now, to begin with, you'll be doing these arches, but once you get comfortable with it, you don't have to worry about that. So that's the first one, and that is x times x. That gives us x squared. Then the second, which is the outside, that gives you positive 7x. Now we'll be dealing with a negative. So this negative 3 multiplied by x, that gives us minus 3x. And then the last is negative 3 multiplied by positive 7 gives you negative 21. Then we go ahead and collect the like terms. This 7x and this 3x we can combine. So we have 7 minus 3 gives us 4x. So we rewrite the whole expression with x squared. 7x minus 3x is positive 4x minus 21. And this one, you'll notice I've done it equal to 0. And that is because when you factorize a quadratic equation, so what you'll be doing is you will be taking something like this and you will be putting it back into double brackets. When you do factorize it and put it in double brackets, because it's an equation, it will have an equal sign, and likely you will have a 0 here, or you might have y, but 0 and y, it's the same thing. Start with the first, that was x times x, that gave you x squared, and then you have x times negative 9, gave you minus 9x, negative 4 multiplied by x is minus 4x. And lastly, negative 4 multiplied by negative 9. Do the signs first. A minus times a minus is a plus. And that gives you positive 36, still equaling 0. We must make sure that we always write equals 0. A mistake that a lot of students do make, and that's forgetting to put equals 0. Now we need to collect our like terms. The x squared stays the same. Negative 9x minus 4x gives us negative 13x plus 36 equals 0. So in the case of a quadratic equation, if you have factorized and you need to check whether or not you got it correct, you have the original equation, this is how you would do it. Now, sometimes you might have a situation where you have to multiply out or factorize and get a single bracket. And the way you multiply them is the same thing. There's an invisible multiplication sign in between the x and the bracket. So this is telling us we have to multiply everything in this bracket by x. So that's x multiplied by x. That gives us x squared. And then x multiplied by positive 3. That gives us positive 3x. And then if you have this one, which is negative x. You guessed it, we have the same rule, multiply everything in the bracket by negative x. And so you have negative x multiplied by 6, that will give you minus 6x, and negative x multiplied by negative x will give you positive x squared. And then switch that around and present my answer as x squared minus 6x. And thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.